Good morning, everyone. Today's Thursday, and we're doing chapel again from my house to your house. So I'm here in my dining room. And normally we begin chapel with a bell, but I don't have a bell here at my house. But I do have something special for you to start chapel today. I actually have some video of Tomás singing along to the Carillon bells when they were ringing at church. So we'll start with Tomás and the Carillon bells from church, and I hope you enjoy it. So I hope you liked that. I hope you enjoyed that. Um, that's how we normally start chapel, but with the little bell. So today, I hope our honeybees are joining us. That would be Liam and Theo and Patrick and Sloan and Emma and Felicity and George and Clark and Hunter and Tina Louisa and Olivia. And we might even have some honeybees that normally are with us on Wednesday, like Mickey and Axel and Drew and Kyle and the other Emma and Stella and Serena and August and Booker. So hello to you. And we might even have some ladybugs with us today. So ladybugs, if you're with us, hi. Hi, Serena. Hi, Wilson. Hi, Finn. Hi, Will, Elliot, Abby, and Matilda, and Yalmar, and Nietzsche, and Charlotte. I hope you're watching. Catherine, Hunter, Westy, Miles, and Sammy. It's so great to still be doing chapel with each one of you. So today I'm going to do the story of creation with you all, and I hope you enjoy it. So, welcome to chapel here in my home. We're going to do today a quick review, and it's a quick review about creation and about God creating the whole world. So, in the beginning, there was this. What do you think this is? Yeah, in the beginning, there was just nothing, nothing at all. Can you imagine that? Imagine if you just covered your eyes really hard, but there was nothing out there, nothing. So that was before the world was created. And then on the first day, God created this. What do you think this might be? Yeah, this is light. So on the first day, God gave us light. Actually, he didn't even give it to us because we weren't around yet. So on the first day, God created light. God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And when God saw the light, God said, "This is good." Can you say that? This is good. Yeah. Then on the second day, and this one's a little harder, okay? This one's just a little bit harder. But on the second day, God created this. And I'm going to give you a little hint because this is kind of hard to figure out what that is. But what's something that you know is blue? Oceans, yeah? Yeah, oceans. So on the second day, God gave us water. Think of this as a wave. Yeah. So God gave us water on the second day, and when God saw what God had created, God said, it is good. And that was the second day. Now on the third day, God created this. Now I wonder what that is. So what do you think this up here is? Maybe that might be sky. And then down here, maybe that's the ocean. So what do you think this is over here, where it's brown? And these green things are growing up out of that. Yeah. So on the third day, God created dry land. And on the dry land, God created all the plants that grow in the dirt. So what are some of those things that God created on the third day? What can you think of that grows in dirt? Flowers, yeah. And trees, yeah. And bushes, yeah. All sorts of things come up out of the dirt. I'm thinking of even things that stay in the dirt, like carrots, and corn grows up out of the dirt. Corn, carrots, all sorts of neat things. Herbs like basil, it smells so good, and mint. Lots of stuff comes and grows like plants out of the dirt. So that was the third day. And when God saw all the beautiful things that God created, God said, "It is good." So let's see, we've had 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. So now we're on the fourth day. And on the fourth day, God created this. So what do you think? What do you think this is? What do you think this is? And what do you think this is with stars all around it? Yeah, I think that's the moon, and that's the sun. Yeah, the moon and the sun. So on the fourth day, God gave us the moon and the sun and all the stars. And when God saw what God had created, God said, "It is good." And that was the fourth day. All right, now we're coming to the fifth day. And on the fifth day, God created this. So what do you think this is? That kind of looks like the ocean to me, and that looks like the sky. So what's up here in the sky? Yeah, birds and all sorts of things that fly in the sky. And down here, those are a bunch of fish down in the deep blue sea. So think of some stuff that God created on this, the fifth day. I can think of bald eagles, yeah, and falcons and sparrows, parrots. Can you think of some other things that fly in the sky? Yeah, yeah, all sorts of things. And then here, what swims in the ocean? Because God created all the things that swim in the ocean on the fifth day. So there would be whales. Can you think of other things? Dolphins, yeah. Sharks, yeah. Minnows, all sorts of stuff. Clownfish. There's lots of things there in the ocean that God created. All those things on the fifth day. And when God saw everything that God created, God said, "It is good." All right, now we're coming up to my favorite day. Tomás, you want to come up here for this? It's your day. All right, so on the sixth day, God created this. These are kind of hard to see, but what do you think these things might be? This is the sixth day that God created. So I think those look a little bit like humans. What do you think? Yeah? So on the sixth day, God created humans. And God also created all these other little creatures. Here's some examples. So that one might be a bear or a polar bear or a dog. So think of all the animals on the earth that God created. So we're animals, so He created humans, but God also created all the other animals. So what can you think of? Giraffes. Yeah, I love giraffes. And elephants. And cats. Yeah, absolutely. Tina Louisa, what are you thinking of? Dogs. Yeah, yeah. The sixth day, that's why it's my favorite day, because it's the day that God created all the animals. So let's review. Or I'm going to put this down. So after God saw all the beautiful creatures that God created, God said, "It is good." So that was day 6. So let's do a quick review. So on day 1, God said, "Let there be light," and there was light, and it was good. And then on day 2, God created water, gave us water, which everything needs to grow, right? We all need water. So on day 2, God created and gave us water, and God said, "It is good." And then on the 3rd day, God gave us dry land and all the plants that grow on it. That was day 3, and God said, "It is good." And then on day 4, God gave us the stars and the moon and the sun, and God said, "It is good." And then on the 4th day, the 5th day, God gave us everything that flies in the sky and everything that swims in the ocean, so the birds and the fish. And then on the 6th day, God created humans and all the creatures, like dogs and cats and elephants and cheetahs, giraffes, hippopotamuses, all sorts of things. And then that brings us to what? The 7th day. And on the 7th day, there was this. Nothing going on here at all. So what do you think that might mean? What did God do on the 7th day? I'll give you all a hint. On the 7th day, what did God do? He took a nap. God took a nap because we all need a break. We all need to rest. So yeah, God took a nap on that 7th day. And then on the 8th day, of course, God created Yale. No, I'm just kidding. So I think that we're going to do a little walk around. So we're going to go check out my neighborhood. So let me see. I need to guess who's taking a nap right now. Let me show you. Hey, Tomás, do you want to go outside? I'm not sure if he wants to, but we're going to go. So we need to put on our coats. So I'm going to put on my coat. Thomas, you need to put on a sweater because it's cold outside. All right, let's put on our coats. All right, Tomás, the sun's out. Let's go on a little walk. All right. Ready? So, Tomás, do you want to cross the street? Should we go across the street? Yeah. Now remember, if we want to cross the street, we need to look both ways. So I'm going to look left, and then I'm going to look right and make sure there are no cars coming. Now, Tomás, you need to look left. All right? Look left first. Good. And now look the other way. Look the other way. Good. Now, of course, Thomas, we never cross the street without a grown-up helping us. And even sometimes I like to have somebody help me. So remember, I was telling all the kids yesterday about how we were going to introduce them to my best friend. Well, let's see if Mr. Charlie will help us. There's Mr. Charlie. Wow. Mr. Charlie, will you help us cross the street?
I'd be glad to help you cross the street.
Mr. Charlie, I think we should hold hands when we cross the street.
That's always best.
Yes, it is. All right. Let's cross. Oh, look, Tomás. There's a sign. All right, Tomás. We need to clean up after you, all right? Oh, look. There are neighbors. There are neighbors. So that is Juan and Carrie.
Hello.
Hi, neighbors. How are you enjoying this shelter at home?
Well, it's been a little boring staying at home, so it's important to find activities to do to keep yourself occupied. But we're going to get through this together.
Yeah, we are, because we're in it together.
That's right.
Well, it's great having neighbors like you that we can walk by and say hello to.
Oh, we love you guys so much. Thank you for coming to visit us.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Okay, Tomás, let's go back home. And now we're back home. So today, to end chapel, I just want to say a quick prayer. Or before we do that, actually, I'm going to suggest that you guys maybe walk around with your parents and maybe visit some neighbors like we did today with Mr. Charlie. Or you could go around your neighborhood or out in your backyard and look for things that God created, like flowers and trees and bushes and cats and dogs. Just go out there and discover things in your backyard that God made. And you can also look for things that humans made. And here is the really cool thing. There are certain things that God made that then humans use to make things. Think of our church. God made the trees, which we then turned into wood and lumber. And then people came and built a church from that. So it was kind of like God and people co-creating together. So go outside, keep a safe distance, but say hello to your neighbors as you walk by, and discover what God created in your own backyard. Now let us say a prayer before we end. Dear God, thank you for our homes. Thank you for all the people in our life that love us. And thank you for loving us all the time and everywhere. And then we end all of our prayers with Amen. And then if you want to throw it in and say, Yay, God, say, Yay, God. All right. And I'll see you next week for chapel.